What is the relationship between prana and kundalini? And then this is related to it. How do we generate and maintain a proper flow of prana?
The word kunda means a pit. It could be homa kund, which is a sacrificial pit, tirtha kund, which is the kind that you have seen, or just a kund, which is just a pit. So kundalini is not the name of a particular energy. I am speaking, this is also kundalini. You are listening, that is also kundalini. A dog is barking, that is also kundalini. A tree is flowering, that is also kundalini. So, the whole energy in the existence is referred to as kundalini because this is the nature of the energy. It is always in a pit. Only if you put a potential possibility like a seed, it finds expression. So right now, you put the right kind of seed and allow it to find expression rather trying to dig it out. But those who are in a rush and those who are competent or those who are in the presence of the competent constantly, such people can dig it out. You know, there are certain systems of tantra. There were certain types of people, particularly in Central Asia. These were certain groups of gypsies, nomadic people, who in their rituals, in a matter of 2.5 hours to 3 hours, they will plant an apple seed and make the tree grow and bear fruit. In India, there have been many situations like that. But I'm saying outside of India, these people did that because these people had a certain process of tantra where within a matter of few hours you plant, do certain rituals and make things happen, a plant actually grows up and bears a fruit. So there are other ways that if you create a certain type of energy, if you dig out a certain type of energy, what would happen in a certain span of life would happen very rapidly. Kundalini is a description of a certain practice. I know everywhere people are using the word like it is some film star or something. Kundalini, Kundalini, where's your Kundalini? Now, getting your energy out of the pit, the latent energy which is in the pit, to get it out of it is Kundalini. Kundalini yoga means to get the energy out of the pit and active. A massive amount of energy is in the pit. It's still there, you also have it, but it is not yours yet. Till you dig it out, it is not yours yet. If you dare to open this, you must be ready for many things. So, we established a whole yogic system called Kundalini Yoga. Those who dare to directly open it. Because once you move in this direction, you should not be concerned about your life. Like she's doing asana, she's worried about her relationship. You shouldn't have such concerns in your life. You're doing your asana, you're worried about your money, you shouldn't have such concerns in your life. Because if this grabs you from inside, everything will evaporate, nothing matters. So, Kundalini Yoga is for those who have no interest in life around them. After they master it, maybe they can play with life. But when they are on it, they have no interest in anything around them. Their only interest is they want to go and explore the pit where the life is coming from. All this is happening, they want to know where it's coming from, all this physical manifestation. They want to dive into it and see. So one aspect of Kundalini Yoga is to go into the pit or kund is also another reference to the womb. You're trying to go back to the womb. Going back to the womb means going back to the place where you were manufactured. Do not think about it in terms of female anatomy. It is a place where you were manufactured, isn't it? It's like you went back to your factory, where you were made. Yesterday I went to Bangalore to visit the Volvo plant, where they make the buses and trucks in India. So I went there and I got engrossed the whole day in the engines and the works and the technology. Because it's one thing to see a machine performing outside, it's another thing to see how it is made. With how much care and how much intelligence the whole thing is made, is a different game altogether. That's what a mother's womb is, isn't it? Such a complex system is being put together in a woman's womb. So one of the things that most Kundalini yogis do is, if they don't find a cave, they will burrow a hole in the earth and go inside. I've visited some Kundalini yogis in their holes. Unfortunately, they had become like rats, not like yogis. They only burrowed themselves in without the necessary what needs to happen within them. So when that happens, you just end up being a rat, not in the race, but just a rat. This happened I was teaching in Hyderabad way back. These were the first few programs that I taught 30 years ago. '83, I think. '83 was the first class in Hyderabad. And one man came, completely wired out, no muscle, all wired. He was an ex-member of the parliament. So he got so engrossed in Kundalini Yoga and he dug a hole. There's a place called… anybody from Hyderabad? Nobody? Oh, you're there. There's Hussain Sagar. The other side of Hussain Sagar, not the tank bund, the other side of Hussain Sagar, this man somehow got government permission to build one small room, burrow a hole and sit inside and do his yoga. But he is so full of himself, he is not willing to take instruction from anybody. He read books and started doing Kundalini Yoga. So when he came to me, he was quite a twisted-out creature, but he's a member of a parliament. He was, at least. So he's been exposed to the ways of the world and everything. So I start off responsibility. I did not come here to learn civics, teach me yoga. So I looked at him and I said, I remember this very well because the volunteers and people who were there to help me were just shocked. I was telling him so many things, he just came back with the same thing. I said, hey man. I said, hey man, just listen. I know what you have done to yourself in the last 12, 15 years. Either I will undo this or just see you… as you sit here, I'll do something else to you now. Because you won't allow the class to progress. There are 100 people in the program, this guy rants out his own thing, his own yoga that he's read in his books. So, to the member of the parliament, he said, hey man, they all got shocked. Sadhguru, it could be the end of you. And then after the program, we did something to him, something for the first time, little sweetness he experienced in his life. Then he asked me to come to his sadhana room and bless him. I said, okay, and I went. the other side of Hussain Sagar. And he's got a rat hole. This could be a yogi's cave if it is done properly. If you don't do the right kind of things, it just becomes a suffocating hole, you know. So I walked in, a stench. Stench is not in terms of smell, it's a stench of no life. This man is killing himself, literally, doing all the wrong things. So, he's doing all the physical things right, in the sense, he's sleeping on a mat, no pillow, he eats only one time a day and all those things that he read in the books that yogis are supposed to do. Then it's morning, I went, early morning like 6:30, then I went and I spoke to him for about 2 hours and by then he was like this with me. Then I said, order a breakfast. He said, morning I don't eat. No, I don't eat in the morning. I said, order a breakfast. I want to eat. See, for somebody who thinks not eating is the greatest sadhana, eating is corruption, to understand. So I want to do that to him. I want to eat in his place. I said, order, what is their closest hotel? Order this, order that. So with great… he never brings all this food into the thing. He's just eating raw… what's gorkai? Gorchikidkai. Okay. Gorchikidkai. He's eating gorchikidkai. It's a bitter vegetable, only by cooking it'll be nice. So that's his breakfast, he wants to have that's his meal actually. I said, leave that. I ordered idli, upma, this, that, and I said, eat with me. And I spent almost 5–6 hours that day with him and made him eat idli and upama and whatever was there. Broke his rigidity a little bit. So, yoga can become like that, Kundalini yoga, because you're trying to dig. So you dig a coal mine, without the necessary preparation, you can die in just the dust of the coal, isn't it? So the same thing, if you dig into the kund, you must be ready, equipped in every possible way. Otherwise you don't talk Kundalini, not necessary at all. I know it's so loosely talked about. Kundalini is not referring to a certain dimension of energy. Kundalini is referring to a certain form that our energy has taken or a certain place our energy has settled into. It has settled into a pit and it's not coming out. And what is in a pit is of no use to you. So, bringing it to use, there are gentler ways of doing it. Hatha yoga that you're doing, if you open up your system, slowly, depending upon what your system is ready for, slowly it will move up, a higher level of energy you can easily experience. But if you dig the pit itself, then it's like a minefield. There are people who go and defuse bombs. So now if you go to diffuse or to dig up something which is very powerful without necessary preparation, that's not a good thing. If you're too good at it, maybe without protection you can go and do it. Otherwise, it's always best that substantial protection is created before we attempt it. Or the best way is, you open up the system, slowly you will see a higher level of energy moving through you. Gradually, system becomes more and more vibrant. But if you want to touch the Kundalini, that which is in the Kund, preparation or constant observation by somebody who knows what's happening, or a cared-for atmosphere, an atmosphere that is competent enough to handle it, somebody who is competent enough to handle this for you, or your own competence will come, it's too long to get your own competence. So going for Kundalini yoga straight is a foolhardy thing to do. Most people just do it for 3 days and they go on saying, I did Kundalini yoga, I didn't do Kundalini yoga, because Something in that name they're doing because people want to start with the highest, not with the lowest. Where should you start? 1, 2, 3 or zillion, billion, million? 1, 2, 3 is the way to start, isn't it? If you do 1, 2, 3, if you know up to 9, you can go any number you want. You don't have to run zillion. If you learn up to 9 numbers, and if you get a gift of 0, you can go as far as you want, isn't it? You don't have to start there. See, right now, there is Kundalini in the earth. Instead of trying to dig it and suck it out, you plant a seed, it grows up. If a tree has to push itself against gravity and grow that big, a phenomenal energy must be working, isn't it? Isaac Newton only saw a small apple falling down. Why did he miss a whole tree growing up? Something is pushing it up, isn't it? Much bigger than apple falling down or no? Something far bigger energy is pushing it up. Now, this pushing up, you can call it Kundalini. So Kundalini is that dimension. One should not meddle with it unless they're truly competent.